Hey everybody, welcome to Grandma Hershey Cooks. I'm Grandma Hershey, spelled with the U and not an E. Okay, we don't want to get confused with those other people. Now, I still don't know what's going on with chat room because we got that little monkey here again. Evidently, he loves the show. He's here with his hammer saying something went wrong. Yes, it is because we like our chat room. But anywho, this is episode 112. And today we are making cheese bacon cornbread. And I got the idea when I was at this restaurant called First Watch. They had it on the table on their little advertisement. I said, oh, I bet that tastes good. I didn't get it because I know their cornbread is not going to be low sugar, low carb, and gluten-free. Not that I have to worry about the gluten-free part, but I do worry about the low carbs and the sugar, okay? So anyway, Grandma Hershey got to thinking, we can make that. All righty. I don't know what theirs tastes like, but I know Grandma Hershey's tastes good. And that's what counts, right? So the healthy highlights are sorry. Okay, now you get a big piece of this cornbread. It's 16 servings, but if you want to make smaller pieces, you can end up with 32 servings, and they still a decent size. Okay, so anyway, this is 16 nice size servings. So one piece is 266.9 calories. Saturated fat is 6.4. The cholesterol is 61, and that's because it has eggs and cheese in it, okay? So it's still not bad, all right? Grandma Hershey just like hers a little lower. But anywho, the sodium is 328. The carbs, overall carbs, let's say not the net carbs, but the regular carbs, are 23.8, which still isn't bad. The fiber is 7.5, and that's great because it will bring us down to net carbs of 16.3, which is what we like better, right? And then the sugar is 8.3, not too shabby. And the protein is 7.9, which is also decent. Okay, that's just for a slice of cornbread. What you got to say about that? So anyway, let's say about how to make it. Talk about how to make it. All right. So like I said, it makes 16 nice servings because you're going to use that really big pan, the 15 by 13 by 9. I don't know, 15 is way big. 13 by 9 size pan, okay? So what you're going to have is 8 slices of low sodium turkey bacon. Then you're going to have 4 tablespoons of regular margarine, softened. You're going to have 4 tablespoons of the light margarine, softened. And you're going to have 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, softened. So Grandma Hershey forgot to take the butter out earlier, so she had to throw it in the microwave, and margarine melted and the butter is soft. You get what you get with Grandma Hershey. And it's that Marjo butter. That's what Grandma Hershey calls it. Marjo butter. Thanks to my sister giving me the idea of combining those two. So we have a half a cup of sweetener, whatever your sweetener is that you like. Okay. And then a half a cup of regular sugar. Then there are 3 large eggs. So we got to make sure it's going to hold up together because sometimes we just like to slice the cornbread down the middle, put some butter or margarine on there, some honey or whatever way you eat your cornbread. And just eat it. Okay. So we want to be firm enough to hold up. Then we have 2 cups of vanilla almond milk. Yes, the one that got 80 on the carton. Okay, we want flavor. Oh, I forgot to. Oh no, that's right. Okay, Grandma Hershey didn't forget. All right, so 1.5 cup of almond flour. I had 3/4 cups of sorghum flour. That's why I forgot to change the name of. It's 3/4 cup of sorghum flour, and on in the what is that thing? The remarks. Oh, I can't think of the name. But anyway, in that part on YouTube thing, it says multi-grain ancient because that's what I had at first, but it didn't smell good, so I wasn't putting it in my cornbread. And I use sorghum flour, so I'm going to change that later. Okay, but it's 3/4 cups of sorghum flour, 1 cup of cornmeal, a teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, we want it fluffy. A teaspoon of xanthan, no, 3.5 teaspoon, which is a tablespoon and half a teaspoon of baking powder. And then it's 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum and 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. Then at the end, we're going to put 3/4 cups of Kobe Jack shredded cheese, 3/4 cup of Mexican shredded cheese, and 3/4 cup of triple cheddar shredded cheese. Now, whatever your 3 favorite cheeses are, that's what you use. Try to make sure they're less than 200 in sodium, though. Okay. And if you want it spicy, substitute one of those for some Carolina Reaper or something like that. But some of the people in my household does not like hot, so I went on and did them all mild. All right, but you know, Grandma Hurshey being caliente and all, she would love to have some Carolina Reaper in her. But we're gonna sacrifice, okay? Anywho, now and then you're gonna need some oil spray to spray your pan, okay? So now this is the pan I got. It's already sprayed, ready, waiting on the back. All right. And since we're making this on the stove, Grandma Hershey's not turning her oven on yet. Ooh, hold on. Dropping my cue cards. But what you're gonna do when you get ready to make, you're gonna go ahead and preheat your oven to 400. I'm telling you, that's the best degree that I found out after all these experimenting for a year. 400 was the best one, okay? And then you're going to take a medium bowl. Well, I use the large bowl because I like to cream. You're going to cream your sugars and your butters, your margarine butter, your, what's the thing called? Sweetener and your sugar. You're going to put that in a this says medium bowl. It can be medium, but I'm using this big old giant bowl and hope I don't drop it. Okay. And that's what we're going to cream it in, because we're going to add everything to it. Then in another bowl, which is this one here, is where you're going to put all your dry ingredients, all your flour, all your say the rest of your dry ingredients. All right, the flour and the baking powder and all that stuff. Then I couldn't move stuff around enough to find my other little clear bowl. So we're going to take this bowl and we're going to whisk the eggs, the 3 eggs, and the almond milk together in it. So what you're going to do is alternate your dry and your wet into the creamed bowl. Okay. So it might sound a little confusing. Just follow the instructions. You'll do fine. All right. So you're going to preheat the oven to 400. You're going to cream your sugars and your margarine. Then you're going to whisk the eggs and milk together. Then you're going to put the flours and the remaining dry ingredients in the other bowl and then alternate. And then you have to cook your turkey bacon. I just went on and chopped them all up and then fried them up like that with oil spray. Okay, that's why I say as needed. And so that way you have your cooked turkey bacon. You know turkey bacon is already cooked anyway, but we want to make it kind of crispy and look like bacon, right? Okay, so we're going to fry it up a little bit. All right, and then once you mix all that together, you're going to add your cheeses. And once you add your cheeses, you're going to put it in the pan. Put it in the pan. You're going to bake it for 40 to 45 minutes. Mine was done in 40 minutes, so it depends on your oven. All right. All right, now let's get this show on the road. We don't have all day. Time's of the essence around here. So let's go and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is cream the sugars. So I have right here. I call them sugars, but sweetener is still a sugar. Okay. Oh, well, now. I gotta chisel it out here a little bit. Wow, it's kind of humid around here, so that's why it's that sweetener, not the regular sugar that's doing that. So anyway, remember that time we made the cookies? Well, we tried to make the cookies, and the brown sugar was hard as a rock. Oh, hard as a brick. Oh man, I had to do it the next day, but we're not doing that today. We're not having that. All right, like they say in church, the devil is a lie. All right, we got the sugars in here. Try to make room. And now we're going to put our butters, our marjo butter in here. Try to make room. I tell you, this stove needs to grow a little. Put that in here. See how easy it went in since the margarine melted ahead of the butter. Makes me wonder what's going on with that butter. I'm a little worried. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to move this bowl here. We're going to need it in a minute, but I don't want to put it in the way. So hopefully it'll stay there when you know what? I can just put it in here for now. All right. Whew. Trying to make space around here. Working with what we got. Okay. So now let's go ahead and we're going to turn on the mixer, the beater, so you know what happens when I turn the beater on. I can get it untangled here. I got to shut up, okay? Because it sounds weird when I try to talk while the beater's on. So here we go. So what you can do is, like, if you forget to take the butter out like Grandmahurshey did, you can throw it in the microwave for like 20 seconds normally. But this time it took my whole 30 seconds. That's because I had just took it out. But anyway, here it is creamed. Okay. I don't know why this light be looking crazy. But anyway, it's creamed. Okay. So now what we're going to do, let's go ahead and mix our flours in this bowl, all our other dry ingredients. Okay, so we got I think that's the sorghum flour. Might be the almond. It's one of them. They look very similar. As long as it's gluten-free. But I found out of all the flours I mixed together, the almond flour and the sorghum flour seems to make the best deal. Oh, we're not using this. I don't know what this is crawling in my box, in my container. That's not good. We're not using this. Okay. That's not going to happen. That was my cornmeal and my other dry ingredients. So I'm just going to have to tell you because once I go get some more cornmeal. What kind of crap is this? Everything else is fine. But I mean, something was crawling in there. Oh my gosh. Let me go grab the cornmeal real quick. Oh my God. I don't know what that was. Oh. Oh man, I can't believe it. Baking powder and salt. What the heck else was it? Baking powder. Oh boy. Oh, I just can't believe it happened. I didn't see it yesterday. So we're gonna have to hope and guess that this is a cup of cornmeal. Okay. Cup of cornmeal. Okay, we're guessing. Oh man. Lord have mercy. I can't believe that just happened. All right. And a tablespoon and a teaspoon worth of baking powder. We're doing this old school. Okay. We're going to do this old school. Might come out better. And a little of the 4 teaspoons of this salt. And I do need the xanthan gum. Okay, a 4 teaspoon, about like that. And I need the xanthan gum. One more quick second, okay? Don't be mad. Please don't be mad. Oh, man, I can't believe this happened. Put this here, xanthan gum. Oh, my God. But this is a live show. You get your bloopers here, and I don't know which one is the worst. But this is really crazy. All right, a teaspoon of xanthan gums going in here. I've been cooking for so long, I can pretty much tell the measurements. Okay. All righty. That is crazy. That is crazy. Okay. So ain't nothing crawling in here. Okay. And then this is the almond flour right here. Okay. Wow. Still can't believe it. Okay, now gonna stir that together, get it all blended in. That's just stone crazy. Whew. All right, got that together. Now we're gonna go ahead and beat the eggs. Whisk it, rather. We're gonna use the whisk. I know you can't see it just yet. You're gonna see it in a minute. Jeez Louise. And the 2 cups of almond milk. Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm right here. I'm not leaving you. Okay. Make sure this getting this bowl without wasting. Whew. Cause it barely fitted in this container. Good grief! If I didn't have that doggone pan to worry about. Okay. We're gonna whisk this together. And since I don't have the glass bowl, you have to take my word for it. This is almond milk and eggs. Whisk that. You don't want to whisk it so hard that it flies out the bowl. We don't want to do that. All right. Now, got that whisked up. See? Can you see it? It's in there. Low ciento is all I can say. All right, so we're going to, I like to do thirds. So we're going to take a third of the dry. Third of the dry. And mix that in to the cream. Okay. Then we're going to take a third of the wet. Third of the wet, put that in. Okay. All right. And then we're going to mix that in. All right. Take another third. Well, now it's down to half of the dry. Okay. Beat that in. See, when you're making stuff from scratch, a lot of tender love and care goes in. So when someone makes you something special, appreciate it. Their heart and love went into that and their time. Okay. So let's go ahead and put this half of this, what's left of this in here. Okay. Then we're going to whisk it. We're going to mix it. Okay, I'm sweating again. What is up with me in this kitchen? I wasn't sweating yesterday when I made it. Thank God for napkins. Okay. Oh, I took some of my makeup off, but you know, we're going to put the last bit of this dry in here. Oh my goodness. Last bit of dry. All right, and our last bit of liquid. Okay. Last bit of liquid. There you go. All right. Put that inside this thing here. All right. Can't move everything at one time. So anywho, we're going to do this. All right. We got all that mixed up. And you see how nice and creamy this is? All right. Nice and creamy. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is put our bacon bits in here. Our chopped and cooked and chopped bacon. It's going to go in here. All right. Then we are going to stir that in. Don't have to use the beater for this. We're going to stir it in. Okay, and now, once we stir it in, this is all stirred in. That's 8 whole slices of turkey bacon. Then we're going to do our last step, which is going to be to stir our cheeses in. So altogether, you have 1 cup of shredded cheese. So if you want to use all one flavor, you can do that too. It all looks alike, but they're all different. They look just alike, but they are all different. So I love mixing cheeses and sauces and stuff. Okay, so we're going to stir that in. Get that blended in very, very well. There I go sweating again. I don't know what's going on here. I don't normally have hot flashes. I don't know what's going on with me in this kitchen. All right, so can you see the cheese and stuff in there? Let me pat my face. Be sweating in the food. Okay, so now I got to move some of these items so that I can bring this bowl up here. I mean, this dish up here. Hold on, don't go nowhere. My Hershey almost got it. We're gonna trade places. How about that? Trade places. Turn that over there and hope it don't fall off. All right, so we're gonna. Ooh, this bowl is heavy. All right, we're trading places. Now we're gonna pour this into our grease pan. And hope the Grandma Hershey don't drop the bowl because it's heavy. Trust me, it's heavy. I believe I got a good grip on it. I think that would be the ultimate worst. Yeah, the ultimate. Okay. All right. All right. We'll spread that out real good. And then once I turn the oven on 400 and heat it and let it get to 400, I'm going to stick it in the oven for 40 minutes. And then what you're going to come out with is, hold on, put these other bowls in here so I can get this out the way so you can see what we came up with after all of that when it got done. Oh, don't fall, table. I have to use my thing there. Okay, so after it got done, this is what we end up with. Our cheesy cheese and bacon cornbread. And now this is one serving. These two pieces, I cut them in half, but this is one serving. So if you want to watch your loveliness, then you can just have a half of one and say the other half for later, okay, for a snack. So let's go ahead and taste it and make sure it's not poison, okay? Let's do that right quick. It's cheesy and it's bacony, if that's a word. We gonna call it a word. I'm going to get this napkin. I really needed the other one. I keep sweating. This is crazy. But at least my nose not stopped up. I'm not sneezing and coughing because then I couldn't do the show. It's just hot. All right, so let's go ahead and take one for the team. Now, these are room temperature, okay? But if this was hot straight out the oven, slide us on some butter. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is good like a snack. Okay. You saw how it's low and everything. That's